Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through the ABRSM Theory grades. And we're now making our way through the first part of grade 4. So we're really getting into the nitty-gritty now. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. They're available in US letter or A4 and accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also access information about the books that I have available. I've written how to take your ABRSM Music Theory exam for grades 4 and 5 specifically, and so if you visit sharonbill.com, it's all there for you. If you can give me a like, that would be fab, and subscribe to my channel. There's lots more to come. And so now let's press on and continue with this first section of grade 4 theory, section A. This is the first section dealing with time signatures. And if you turn with me to page 6, we're going to continue with exercise 4. Please do refer to the PDF document that gives you all the information on the new time signatures. And if you turn to the second page of that document, there's also more there as well relating to this chapter here. And so let's see what exercise 4 asks us to do. Exercise 4 asks us to rewrite each extract with the new time signature, making sure we keep the same rhythmic effect. And if you'll notice, we're going to be swapping from compound to simple or vice versa. And if you remember from your previous grade, to go from compound to simple, we are squishing. So we need to sort of lose time, as it were, to go from a group of 3 to a group of 2. And so we remove a dot and add a triplet. And so vice versa, to go the other way, we add a dot and remove a triplet. So there's nothing new here as such. We've just got some new time signatures to include in that already tried and tested little exercise. And so I suggest you have a little go at this yourself, or maybe work through one with me and then try the rest yourself. And at any point, re-access into the video to check over your answers. Doesn't matter if you make mistakes, it's always better to learn by your mistakes. And so let's carry on and look at exercise 4A, and we'll work through this together. And so exercise A is asking us to go from 9 over, so we're going to be in 9 over 16, 9 semiquavers, which is basically 3 groups of 3, but each unit is now a semiquaver or a 16th note. So we're now counting in dotted quaver beats, dotted 8th notes. And they're asking us to take that to 3 over 8, which, if you remember, is simple time, as explained on the first page of my PDF document, because 3/8 doesn't work in compound time because a bar of 1 doesn't make sense, so we divide it in groups of 2. And so we're now going to be reducing from compound to simple, and so we need to remove the dot to squish it into the time of 2, and we need to add a triplet if necessary. And so let's just map out our bar lines, get all the nuts and bolts in place. If you keep it tidy and keep everything aligned, you're not going to lose your place. This last bar won't be complete, that's why they put etc. And so, first of all, we've got a group of 3 here, 1, 2, 3 16th notes or 3 semiquavers, and so that will need to be squished into a time of 2. I'm sure squished is the musical term there. And so to do that, we simply add a triplet. We need to remove the dot here. So there's our first group of 3, second group of 3 there, and then again we need to squish this into the time of 2, and we do that by adding a triplet. There we go. Remove the dot. Remove the dot. Each one of these, just remove the dots, and that's job done. And you can see that the maths now works out. So actually, although it sounds really complicated, it's quite a simple process, and it's just the same as you've done before in grade 3. It's just that we're now dealing in smaller units in our new time signatures. Just make sure we don't lose out by copying incorrectly. There we go. That's that one. Okay, so now we're going from 6-4, which is 2 groups of 3. And although the bottom number is 4, it is still compound time. We're actually counting in 2 dotted minims or 2 dotted half notes per bar. We're in duple time still here, and they want us to go from that to simple time, which is 2 groups of 2. So it's still duple time, but we're in groups of 3 to groups of 2. And so again, we need to remove the dot, add the triplet. There we go. Okay, so have a go with that, and then we'll work through it together. Get everything nicely aligned, and then there's less thinking to do. Okie dokie, so remove the dot. Floating a bit high there, let's just bring that down a little bit. There we go. So we still need the tie, but then we need to add a triplet. Remove the dot. We'll still need a tie. Oh, remove the dot, so don't add it in. There we go, so remove the dot, but we still need a tie, and then we'll need a triplet again, because we've got to condense the time from a group of 3 to a group of 2, and that's what a triplet does specifically. Now there's no dot here, so we've got to watch where our group of 3 is. There's our group of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because we're counting 2 groups of 3 here, so we will need to add a triplet there to squish that group of 3, and then tie it to the next group of 3 there. It's just a little bit confusing because we're using the same symbol as a tie, and then also we're using that umbrella to create the bracket for the 3. You could, of course, alternatively do a square bracket like that. So there's our group of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Don't forget the rests. Triplet. And we have to triplet that to the rest as well. There we go. Okay, so turn with me to the next page. So we're now going to look at page 7. So now we are converting from 4 groups of 3. So we're counting 4 groups of 3 because we're counting in dotted quaver, or dotted 8th group, so we're in quadruple time here, and then we're going to go in quadruple time here, but it's 4 groups of 2 because they would divide into 3 semiquavers or 3 16th notes, and they would divide into groups of 2 there. Okie dokie, so let's just put a bar lines. They're massively long bars because there's a lot in each bar. I'm going to keep that aligned so I don't get lost. And so really we just need to condense each one of these groups of 3 into a group of 2 by adding a triplet sign. It's as simple as that. So I'm just going to get the notes in, copy that carefully. Because really we've done all the thinking already, we just know we've got to condense that with a triplet. There we go. There's our group of 3. Just sort of get the note heads and stems in whichever order you like. And then you can either bracket it with the 3 there, or you can just write the 3 underneath. I prefer it like that. There we go. And so we've just got to look carefully here. Where's our group of 3 semiquavers or 3 16th notes? We've got 1, 2, 3. There's our group of 3. 1, 2, 3. And so that's what we'll need to add a triplet to condense. So at first it looks like we're doing nothing until we add the triplet, and then of course we're going to add triplets to these obvious groups of 3 here. Just keeping an eye out for where each group of 3 falls, and then it's easy to condense it to a group of 2. And so now we're going from a group of 3, we're counting in dotted minims or dotted half notes. So there's our group of 3. We're in triple time here, and then we convert it to triple time, but we're counting in 3 minims or 3 half notes. So we need to lose the dots or add triplets. So let's get our bar line in. Again, it's quite a long bar. There's a lot of notes in each bar, so we're getting a couple of bars here. So here's our first group of 3. 1, 2, 3 that we will need to triplet. 1, 2, 3. There's our next group of 3. Triplet that, and there you can see there's our last group of 3. And so if we add a triplet sound, we've condensed it to a group of 2, and that's the job done for us. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Triplet. 1, 2, 3. Condense that with a triplet, 3 in the time of 2, and then remove the dot, and that's job done for us. There we go. Let's carry on. So now we're going the other way this time. If you notice, we've got 3 over 2, so we've got 1, 2, 3 minims or 3 half notes, and then we need to make that into 3 dotted half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're still in triple time, but we're going from simple to compound. And so now we need to do the opposite, where we need to remove a triplet or add a dot to stretch from a group of 2 to a group of 3. It's exactly the same principle as you've done in the previous grade. So really, there's nothing new. There's just a few new time signatures to sort of add into the mix. So we just remove the triplet, so there's no need to do that. Remove the triplet. Same again. Most of this is just copying. We've done all the thinking now, really. Oh, and then space out. Getting bamboozled by all the lines. No need for the triplet sign now, because we're going to be converting this to groups of 3. And then to make this last one a group of 2 to a group of 3, we add a dot. Add a dot. That's one group of 3. That's one group of 2 to one group of 3. So 2 groups of 2 to 2 groups of 3. Just add a dot. Just tidy that up. There we go. And that's that. So let's move on to the next one. So exercise 5 asks us, oh dear, to add the correct time signature to each extract. So we've first of all got to decide what our bottom number is, and then it's just a matter of counting the maths. And we need to bear in mind, we need to reflect whether it's simple or compound time, and that will help us also choose our time signature. So have a little go, doesn't matter if you get it wrong, and then re-access into the video and we'll work through this together. And so this first example A is obviously counting in quavers or eighth notes, so our bottom number is 8. Nothing else will fit, it will be too small a bar for any other time signature, and it's obviously 3/8. There we go. Now here we're in groups of 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there, 2 groups of 3, which would be those units, and so that's got to be 6/4. Now let's see here, I think this last bar helps us quickly. We've got 2 groups of 3 there, counting in dotted minims, undotted half notes. There's another one, and so we're in triple compound time. Our bottom number is 4 to make it compound time 9/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go, and that's our compound time signature. So just turn over the page to finish this last little exercise. And so now we're going to choose again. And so now you can see we're in groups of 2. This first bar helps us nicely. We're in minim beats or half notes, and we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that one's pretty easy to get to. Okay, now this next bar, we're in groups of 3, and we can see that we're in quite short units. So we're going to be counting in sixteenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12/16. That's compound time. We've got 4 groups of dotted quavers, dotted eighth notes. We just have to count the maths. That would work out correct then. So we can see how we're always grouping to reflect compound time. And so the next exercise we will look at in the next video, where we're looking at more aspects of grouping and beaming. I do hope this video has been helpful to you. Please do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all the information available to you there. If you can give me a like, that'd be really encouraging, that'd be fab. And please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more to come. I do hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.